Hello, thank you everyone for joining today's webinar. We'll wait a couple of minutes to allow the other attendees to join and I'll be back. Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining today's webinar. My name is Pankaj. I'm the CRM functional consultant at CloudFronts and I've been accompanied with Anil Shah, who is the managing partner with CloudFronts Technology PLC. So for today's topic, we have got sales productivity in CRM Online and CRM 2000 features review. So before starting with our agenda, I need to give you a couple of points before I start. So, I have muted all the attendees so that if you have got any particular questions related to the webinar during the webinar is going on, you can always write your questions to your go to webinar question section, which is towards your extreme right side. And yes, and if there is any particular questions which is not being attended while the webinar is going on, we'll make sure that we post you or email it to you. So coming to our webinar back. Today's agenda, we have got Business Process Flow 2015, Sales Analytics in Power BI, and what's coming up in CRM 2016. And we have also got a product launched by CloudFront, Sales Plus Marketing Automation Quick Starts offering. Anil, would you like to say something about that?
So Pankaj, over the last couple of months, as we've done our webinars, we've gone through the sales module, we've gone through the marketing automation click dimensions. One thing we realized as we were doing these is that we could set up this in a quick start and get smaller companies, typically less than 10, 15 users, get up and running with sales and marketing automation in CRM quickly without having to spend a lot of money upfront. So this particular automation quick start is going to allow companies to deploy our unmanaged solution, which is some changes to the sales entities, and along with the click dimensions deployment, along with some Power BI dashboards, without any customizations, but getting up and running in 2 or 3 days with a very minimal investment. The plan to release this product is by the end of this month. It is going to be available in our recently launched product page.
Yes, Anil, thank you for that information. So going back to our agenda, we have got Business Process Flow 2015. Initially, the Business Process Flow was introduced in Microsoft Dynamic CRM in 2013, which is a step-up process followed by each and every user of the CRM. Okay, so the Dynamic CRM 2015 Spring Update brings many great new features to the platform. This topic will discuss the exciting new features for business process flows that will enhance the productivity and ease of use in Dynamics CRM 2015. And even though business process flow, when it was introduced in 2013, it had got some limitations, and we'll cover some of the points over here. It was a strictly linear process, that is, business processes was designed to work only in a linear manner, and no branching was allowed. Here branching I imply to any conditional logic was not, you were not able to use it, and cannot revisit the entity more than once. That is, cannot visit the same entity again in a single business process flow, and no programmability support. So with the new improvements in business process flow in 2015, we have got that its functionality is ability to deploy a conditional logic within a defined process called as branching. And branching rules must be based on the steps involved in the stages. Selection of entity relationships, it can be optional. Earlier in 2013, it was a mandatory to select the entity relationship before it progressed to the next stage. So branching supports single entity, cross entity, and also supports multiple entity loops. Entity used in business process flow can be revisited multiple times. And business process flow programming is now available through a client API, which can update the stage through programmatically. And we are going to see some of the features in our today's demo sessions. So before starting the demo, I would like to give you a small scenario on what our demo is based. As we know that EasyApp is a fictitious organization, which sometimes I do feel like I'm working for EasyApp as compared to CloudFriends. So they have got a requirement of a business process flow apart from what they used to use previously. So I'm going to show you a small flow chart which will explain the requirements, and then we'll run through the demos. So this is the requirements. They get all the leads which gets delivered to the Easy app is in the lead section. To get that particular lead qualified, they have got the conditional logic, which is a branching, one of the features of Business Process Flow 2015. So that if only that particular lead or the client is interested in a trial and they have got a budget amount allocated for that, which is greater than or equal to $5,000, then only it will proceed to the next stage, which is called as an opportunity, and so the stage name is trial. So, and if it is no, it gets disqualified and the business process stops over there. But again, in trial opportunity, there's another branching conditional logic asking for quotation required. If quotation is required, then only it proceeds to the next stage called as delivery code. Otherwise, the opportunity gets closed as lost. So, and if the quotation is required, then there is another conditional logic asking for if the after the the quote is delivered to the client and they are also interested in maintenance, and if they are interested in maintenance, the process flows goes back to the code where you will be able to update the code and send across to the client for their approval, or if not, the opportunity is won without the code updations. So this we are going to see in our easy app demo environment.
So Pankaj, this process flow, um, while it is not very complex, it still has a lot of branching that is happening with regards to at what point in your lead or opportunity cycle do you need to trigger a different process, and you still want your sales team to follow the set process as they go through the various steps of walking a lead towards eventually hopefully an opportunity one stage or opportunity lost stage. Um, and this branching and this process becomes critical in being able to be accommodated inside of CRM so that your sales team can still proceed in the right manner through the right steps. And business processes, as I understand with 2015, have significantly improved to allow some of these features that you're showing today.
Yes, Anil. So let's go to our demo session. So this is the customized demo, but so that previously what Easy App used to use. We'll go to that. Second, let me open any particular lead.
So while Pankaj is opening the lead, if anybody has any questions, please feel free to type them. So I guess now we have a lead open, so I'll let you walk through it. Okay.
Thank you, Anil. So Anil, initially Easy App, they had got this particular business process flow where there were four stages: qualify, develop, propose, and close. But now, as they have got a customized requirement for business process flow, I'll start through the settings where you'll be able to, I'll show you how to create the business process flow. Let's go to the settings, processes. You click on new, give the process a name. Yeah, select the category as a business process flow and the entity where you want it to start. Let's select lead and click OK. So you enter to land up to this particular page. So the first thing is to select the stage name as per the flow chart. It's a qualified stage and the entity is lead, and you need to create the step names which needs to be filled up. Let's take the budget amount. Let's take is interested in trial. So mark these two fields mandatory. Now here I'll show you how to add the branch, the conditional logic. If you click on add branch, it opens another window where it gives you an option of selecting if what is required. So we want is interested in trial equals to value s. Click checkbox, and even you can extend the loop and add another requirement, and the budget amount is greater than or equal to $5,000. Click check, and then you insert the stage which you want. That is, as per EasyApp, they want to go to the trial stage. So I'll just take you to the process where I have already created, because it does take some time. Okay, so this is a business process flow 2015, which I have already designed for EasyApp. So I'll run you through the processes as we discussed in our flow chart. So the initial stage is the qualified stage, and the entity is lead. And they have got the step names, budget amount, is interested in trial, and purchase time frame. So if we click on add branch and we add this conditional logic, if is interested in trial equals to yes and budget amount is greater than or equal to 5,000, then only it goes to the next stage, which is trial stage, where we have got another step name in trial stage saying that quote required, and we have created another conditional logic below that saying that if quote requires equals to yes, then only proceed to the next stage called as delivery quote stage, which is into the quote entity. Now you can see here, initially it was in a lead entity, then into opportunity entity, and now into the quote entity. So we are going through a multiple entity process over here. So
So Pankaj, we've recently started using business process flows for ourselves as we progress an opportunity from a lead from initial qualification, and two criteria for us are budget amount and timeline. And then we move it forward to a develop and propose stage that is part of our opportunity cycle. We're still not doing quotes from CRM. We are looking to do quotes from CRM. If we were, then we can enforce this through our sales process, where if you're going to do a quote, then you have branching, and a quote is required to actually move forward into the opportunity life cycle, and this way we automatically enforce quotation creation within CRM. And as you know, with 2016, document generation, creating beautiful documents inside of CRM is significantly simplified. So through a click, you can actually create wonderful code documents and save it to CRM and potentially use a software like DocuSign to send it out. I know you're going to talk about some of this today, but these are all helping us develop a good business process flow and utilize CRM even more to manage our processes. So we have to use less of email and documentation going back and forth outside of our CRM system.
Yes, Anil, exactly. And we have came across so many times, like with regards to the code, we create a code, we send across an email, and then we sometimes, I don't know whether you have came across or not, but I find myself in a difficult position because I don't keep a record of the initial code which was sent to the client. But within, if you do the same thing within a CRM, you have the all the revised code in your CRM data. So you will come to know what was the initial code which you gave. So yeah, so now we are in a code where you have got another conditional logic based on the step which was in a code called as offer maintenance, which enters into the maintenance stage, where if the maintenance is required, then it goes back to the code which allows you to update the code and send across to your client. And now you will see that after that it's a close stage. Now we have got the close statements, like if offer maintenance equals to no, then the opportunity gets closed as one. And if the code required equals to no, then of course the opportunity is lost and which gets closed. And the else if statement, which was the open statement over, if the client is not interested in trial, then the lead gets disqualified. So we'll run these through properly in our demo environment. Let me close it. Okay, let's go to the source, leads, new lead. Now, initially, and you'll be able to see that we have got only two stages. One is qualified and another one is close. So let's enter a requirement, CRM requirement for implementation. Name is Ricky Martin. Let me save this. So when I spoke to Ricky Martin, he said the budget for the mission is around 6 grand, and they are interested in trial. So as soon as I click yes, you would be able to see that automatically another stage gets entered called as trial stage. And the purchase time which they are looking is for immediate. So now we have got all the requirements which can qualify this. So we'll qualify this lead, which will create an opportunity. And
So I see, Pankaj, that you're going to qualify the lead. One thing I do find interesting is that your lead is called Ricky Martin. For all the people you could select, you selected Ricky Martin. Good job, man. Carry on.
thank you, Anil. Thank you. So yeah, so now the lead is still need to get qualified. The demo environment is a bit slower as compared to the purchase layer. It is getting done. So you see that now it's in an opportunity stage, and it has automatically came to the trial. So now we have got the other steps to be followed. Confirm the interest is yes. Code required is no. Now we click yes, then automatically another stage gets entered over here is called as delivery code, and the estimated close date for this particular opportunity is 24th of November. So we have got all this. We'll proceed to the next stage, but we see that the code is still not created, so it will not allow. So you can create the code from over here itself, and we'll see that now from opportunity, it has came to the code entity.
So one thing I liked is when you actually try to go to the next stage, it did ask you to, hey, Pankaj, select your quote before you can move ahead. So you might say yes to quote created, but this is actually asking you, I need you to associate the quote record to this opportunity before I'll allow you to actually proceed to the deliver quote stage. So nice.
Yes, Anil. So we have got to create our code. So we need to select the price stage, which is easy app. They have already got their price stage for that. And we click on save, so that we'll be able to add the products which are associated with their price list. So it gives you an option of selecting the existing product or writing product. So I think they have already got CRM implementation. Yeah, product, and that is going to be 250 hours. Yeah, they are also interested in Power BI. which is one of the other part of our webinar today. It's not much, 50 hours is enough. Okay. So here's the code created, and the code is effective until 18th and effective from today, so that after this the code would not be valid. Okay, so now the code is created and we need to activate the code before sending it to our client. So let me go ahead and activate it. Yeah, so the code gets activated, and as soon as the code gets activated, your business process flow gets locked, because when the code is activated, it needs to get sent over to the client for signature. And over here, I'm going to show you a small presentation, for a DocuSign, which is a third party and integrated with our CRM. So for that, I need to go first run a report and create the code. So this code is created, you can see it, and I will save it as a PDF file, and now I'll send it to client to get the signature.
So while Pankaj actually opens up DocuSign, which is a third-party email signature integration, so e-signature integration solution, one thing I do want to talk about is, Pankaj actually went in and clicked on an SSRS report to create the quote. A few minutes back, I talked about document generation. So with 2016, you can actually create wonderful looking quotes with your logos and your templates and your standard terminology directly from within CRM by a single click. And it is actually far more robust than an SSRS report can be, because you can format it, you can add your customizations much easily than an SSRS report. So I think a lot of you, our clients, a lot of you guys who actually start using the document generation feature, which I think we're going to be demoing it as soon as 2016 comes out, which is I think our webinar towards sometime next month. But anyways, Pankaj, go ahead.
Yes, Anil. So this is the document has been uploaded over here. We need to just drag the fields which you want the clients to sign in, and you can place wherever you want the signatures to be placed. I click signature, then date signed, and then you got option to send across to your client. So right now, as it being a fictitious contact person, so it is not going to go somewhere. So I'll close it over here. And as soon as DocuSign also provides, as soon as you send it, you get a notification that your code has been delivered. And as soon as Ricky Martin or any particular lead contact opens that and signs it, you get another notification, and you can track everything within the CRM. Now it comes that we spoke to the client, Ricky Martin, and he says, listen, I want a service or maintenance also. So we need to revise our code. So for that, you go and click on your revise, and the code gets now. You click on offer maintenance and S. So you see that you have got another stage entered called maintenance. You click. Now you need to activate the code again. Just give me a couple of minutes. So you can add the product. Right now I'm using a write-in option where it's maintenance. Price is 1,000, and they were rented for 3 years. So you see the total amount is automatically updated over here. Now let me go ahead and activate the code. And we'll follow the same process of DocuSign, sending across the code, generating it for signatures. Now the code is delivered, the client is happy, we create the order. and the status reason is one. You can give the description about your winning the and second issue. Okay. So this was all about business process flow for 2015. It was a small example, but it could be created for much more complex business process flow depending upon an organization.
So, Pankaj, as we went through this business process flow, we looked at branching, we looked at sort of coming back to the same entity, but there are several other features like programmability, which we haven't looked at. We also looked at how we don't have to really associate an entity every time to move to the next stage. So there are a lot of these small features for organizations that have even a decent sized sales staff. Having a business process flow, I think, is so critical. It allows for a streamlined approach to sales. It allows for a consistent approach to sales. And eventually, all of that will hopefully drive better won opportunities. Oh, I forgot to send my quote, or oh, I don't know where I kept my quote, or I send out the wrong quote. All that can stop. And so all of that hopefully allows you to have a better pipeline, better reporting that comes out of the data that's in your CRM. So it's a virtuous cycle. It's a few more steps maybe for our sales team, but it does ensure that we are following protocol, and people get used to doing a certain process once they start doing it on a regular basis. Even for us, not using a business process flow is okay, but once you start using it, you do want to stick to that process, and you see that it actually makes life easier, and it's less hassle, and hopefully less harassment from your boss asking you to send out the next quotation. So great.
Yes, Anil, I go across that a lot. But with this implementation, I think my life would be much more easier. Okay, now coming to our next topic, sales analytics in Power BI. I know this is not associated in any way with business process flow, but we have make it as Anil, we know that with any particular webinar or any particular organizations, we are going to focus on analytics with Power BI.
So while Pankaj goes ahead and sort of opens up the Power BI dashboard, I do want to take a minute to rehash what Pankaj said. Power BI or analytics is not really associated with business processes, um, but eventually all the data you capture in CRM has to allow you to make good business decisions, whether it is understanding what your pipeline looks like, whether it is understanding what your estimated revenue is going to be in the future, how you're doing today, what your heat maps look like, where the business is coming from. Power BI is going to be should be the center of your strategy for your clients. If you're a partner like us, for your clients, it should be the center of every CRM project that you do. Power BI should be implemented. It brings together in the combination of the dashboarding capabilities of CRM and takes it 100 times more efficient, more useful, more beautiful, more usable. And it takes the reporting features of CRM and takes them significantly higher in terms of the drill down capabilities, the ability to look at that data in real time, and the ability for you to quickly slice and dice information. So CRM has significant limitations when it comes to its dashboards, its reports, and Power BI it sort of resolves all of that. So I'm Pankaj. Every morning we use Power BI for our dashboards, and every morning when I'm coming to the office, I stop at the red light about 5 minutes before our office, and I take out my iPhone, I open the Power BI app, and I actually look at the KPI numbers, which is utilization from yesterday, the week before, the month before, the year up to date. And if those numbers are not in sync, I actually have that as the first item of agenda for the week or for the day to deal with the project managers first. This is why Power BI is the today's session. So we'll spend a few minutes and then move on to just a quick review of the 2016 features.
Yes, Anil, you're right. I mean, Power BI or any analytic reports guides you what you are going to do today in the office. What would be the first thing to focus on? So this is a Power BI dashboard, sales dashboard for Easy App, where you'll be able to have a look on your count of opportunities, that is open opportunities, count of opportunities won, and opportunities by stages, your total estimated revenue, which is good, and then estimated revenue by opportunity in a bar graph. You have got estimated revenue by state, where all your revenues, which particular of the region is coming from, account revenue by account, and then you have got leads by source, estimated revenue again in a bar graph by month, and you have got actual revenue and estimated revenue overlapping with the bar graph and the line graph. So yeah, that is all about the Power BI, and we have got a webinar coming in on 19th of November with a deep dive with the new features coming in Power BI. So let me go back to our demo. So the next topic over here is what's coming up in CRM 2016. And Microsoft Dynamics CRM 2016 Online is set to be released in December of this year. And the name of the game with the CRM 2016 is customer service. Microsoft is really focusing on helping companies deliver customer experiences that are personalized, proactive, and predictive. And the 2016 update will include updates to Dynamics CRM, Paracha from Microsoft, Dynamics Marketing, and Microsoft Social Engagement. And us, CloudFront is a part of the CRM 2016 preview program with Microsoft. So we are going to run through some of the features, and the first is CRM app for Outlook, which makes it easier for you to track your emails, create contacts, and other types of records directly within the browser from your PC or a Mac.
So Pankaj, this is actually a huge feature. This was a big request from a lot of Mac users who cannot use Outlook and hence never had access to this CRM app for Outlook. With this app, you're actually going to allow all Mac users, all PC users, and really any user using any browser to be able to track records and see the record details from CRM in context of the email system. We are already testing it, and it's a fantastic feature. So I'm sure all desktop users, PCs, Macs, everybody should find this very useful. And it's not just your browser, but it's also your mobile device. So.
Yes, Anil, that is correct. So proceeding to the next feature is one-click document generation, which already spoke about. I mean, building a beautiful document based on CRM data is now simplified with document generation. End users will now be able to generate documents such as contracts, codes, orders, invoices, and other templates documents with a single click.
So Pankaj, this feature, already we are finding, we already have clients who are requesting it. This is something that I know we're going to showcase in our demo that's coming up around the second or third week of December. This is going to be one of the initial features we demo as soon as 2016 comes out. As part of the preview program, we are already reviewing these features, but we can't talk about it until the NDA is over, and it'll only get over when the product comes out. But I'm quite excited about this feature.
Yes, and we all are excited with the sort of life easy it will make for us. So the other feature is Interactive Service Hub, where customer service representatives can view and action items based on multiple streams, such as my emails, tasks, cases, and queues.
So one of the features that not a lot of companies have been using so far is the USD, or the Unified Service Desk. You mentioned that the 2016 feature is all about release is all about customer service. There is such a massive push in this release to make customer service at the center of CRM and the center of many companies who want to use customer service in CRM, and always found it to be a little bit less than what they needed, and they went to other solutions like Zendesk or others. In this particular case, the Unified Service Desk, the availability of the knowledge base within CRM, the integration with Paracha, these kind of interactive service hubs for your tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 sales service folks, I think they are going to be significantly enhancing the ability of CRM to become that customer service, effective customer service module that companies were waiting for, and it's still sort of within the same license fee that you've already been paying for. So.
Yes, Anil. So let's get to the next feature. which is knowledge management, where CRM 2016 will allow single source of knowledge for the entire organization. The process of creating, updating, reviewing, and approving knowledge has been made easier and slicker by introducing an enhanced content editor. We have also got offline support for mobile device, which is I think one of the best feature which out sometimes when you send me across and I don't have an internet access to my mobile, and if I'm opening my CRM over there and I update and things, as soon as the internet comes back, it it processes that particular thing to the CRM.
Yes, Pankaj, and one more aspect of that is for you to move away from your BlackBerry.
Yes, Anil, I'll do that. And the other feature is enhanced search. Building on the global search introduced in CRM 2015, Microsoft have delivered a much more intuitive search engine with CRM 2016. You'll now be able to get a similar experience to your browser-based search engine with results sorted by relevance. And an enhanced Excel experience within CRM, including new templates that can automate your core tasks.
So the Excel experience is important. Excel still is one of the most preferred tools by companies and people around the globe to do a lot of ad hoc analysis, to do a lot of quick tables. And CRM 2015 Update 1 in May introduced the immersive Excel experience where you could take a bunch of records in CRM and click Edit in Excel Online. It will allow you to edit it right there from within the CRM interface without having to leave it. And this takes that immersive Excel experience even further by allowing you to create a lot of templates and that allow you to eventually automate a lot of the core tasks, do a lot more ad hoc analysis. And this is also sort of somewhere tied to your document generation where you can generate Word or Excel documents using DocGen. So.
Yes, and the last next generation Cortana integration, where we recently documented Cortana integration with Office 365, and now Microsoft are taking this to a new level. Within the new release, sales activities, accounts, and opportunities will be embedded into Cortana for her to be able to surface in order to aid the salespeople. And this would be the right time for me, for salespeople like us to use Cortana. Come on, instead of going through different clicks, I open it and I ask for what I need. I will be able to use it. It would make my life much more easier.
So today, in fact, right before our call, um, I asked for a document, and I know that you quickly typed, you search for it within your Windows 10 search bar, which searches the web and your Windows device. Similarly, if you could quickly just talk to it, Cortana, open up my sales opportunity for such and such client, it just pops it open. I think we would all like to type less and just get our work done faster. So.
Yes, I know. Okay, so I think that's all for our today's webinar topics. And if you guys have any sort of any questions, we'll be there for a minute. You can pop in, or if you can write to us. Uh,
So the next two webinars are important. The one coming up on November 18th is actually Click Dimensions Marketing Automation. We are going to do an Click Dimensions sort of marketing automation, marketing statistics, and marketing analytics deep dive. For everybody who's on the call today, Click Dimensions is releasing their sort of the quarterly release or the October release next week, and it includes actually some good content packs for Power BI, some more automation tools, and so a lot of that is going to go into our next webinar. So do attend that. The one after that, right after that, is actually the Power BI deep dive. It's going to focus on more features that came out in October and November. And then the week after that, a couple of weeks after that, we know a lot of people are going to be out of town for Thanksgiving. So we're not going to schedule any other webinars for November. Give ourselves a break. So.
yes, yes, Anil, that's really good of you to get us think about the holidays. And guys, if you've got any sort of a questions, you can always log in or to our website or send us an email at info@cloudfunds.com. You can also visit our twitter.com/cloudfunds or YouTube for this particular webinars, and we'll keep you posted with the updates. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks so much. Bye.